Lamar Jackson was 20 of 37, 272 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and got sacked 4 times, and also fumbled the ball as well. That's the league MVP for most people. That Lamar Jackson. The Lamar Jackson that is 0-4 in the playoffs when his teams have scored more than 13 points. When the opposing team has scored more than 13 points, he's 0-4 in the NFL playoffs. Lamar Jackson right now may be a phenomenal regular season quarterback. He'll put up the good numbers. But when it matters the most, we've seen it over and over again in the playoffs, he hasn't stepped up. Last week was phenomenal against the Houston Texans. But look at what happened in the first half. They only had 10 points. That was it. In the second half, the defense did majority of the work. Yes, Lamar Jackson out there running around, making the big-time plays. Where was that today against the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship? What sucks for the Ravens, this may be the best that it's going to get for this team for the foreseeable future. You had the #1 seed in the AFC Conference. You had home field advantage. You had Patrick Mahomes on the road in your house, and Lamar Jackson chokes yet again. They held the Kansas City Chiefs to 0 points in the second half. 0. And I understand it's not all on Lamar Jackson. Zay Flowers had a fumble on the 1-yard line. The referees didn't help. But at the end of the day, they pay Lamar Jackson like a top-end quarterback, and you have to step up in these moments. The Baltimore Ravens ownership did not pay for a quarterback to just be great in the regular season and not to come up in clutch in the postseason. Give the Kansas City Chiefs a lot of credit because they came out with grit and tenacity in this game. And it was a lot of dumb penalties on the Baltimore Ravens. You had a ton penalty on Zay Flowers in this game. He pushes the defender right back to the ground. He stands over him for a big gain. That took away some of the yards. That was a 15-yard penalty. Late in the game, Lamar Jackson had one of the worst interceptions I have seen maybe in playoff history. People are on Jordan Love for last week. He threw it into triple coverage when he had a man right in front of him that was wide open. Lamar Jackson is paid to go out there and elevate the guys around him. Mark Andrews is his first game back. I don't think that he should have played in this game because he was injured for majority of the back half of the season. He hurt his ankle against the Cincinnati Bengals. Isaiah Likely, a phenomenal tight end on the back half of the season. He was a no-show in today's game. Odell Beckham Jr., he better not be on this roster next year. 3 catches for 22 yards. That was it. That was it. Besides Zay Flowers, no one else was a consistent wide receiving threat. Nelson Aguilar had 1 catch for 39 yards. That was it. The only person that had more than 3 receptions in this game besides Zay Flowers was Justice Hill. 4 catches for 34 yards. The run game was a no-show today. Lamar Jackson led his team in rushing. He had 54 rushing yards. Gus Edwards had 20 rushing yards and with 0 rushing touchdowns. And the longest rush of the day was 15 yards. Todd Monken gave up on the run game because the Kansas City Chiefs went out there and they used time possession. This game got off to a fast start. Lamar Jackson had a beautiful throw to Zay Flowers in the red zone. Besides that, Lamar Jackson was not a good quarterback for the rest of the game. He choked in this game. Let's just call it for what it is. For Lamar Jackson to be held up in the same light with guys like Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen, there's something wrong there. He did not do enough in today's game. He missed throws, he missed reads, and he held on to the football for too long. And he took dumb sacks in this game. You know what the main difference between Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson is in this game? Patrick Mahomes understood the situation. When the play is not there, throw the football away, throw the football to the ground. Instead, Lamar Jackson patting the football, waiting around, standing in the pocket. Yes, he was creating potentially good plays, but throw the football away. Just throw the football away. Live to see another down. But Lamar Jackson doesn't do that. You get to see the splash plays when he's running for 50 to 60 yards like how he did last week. It was happening in this game. They made him sit in the pocket and they made him say, hey, go out there and pinpoint us and beat us truly with your arm and truly with the wide receivers. And you put that with the effect that Lamar Jackson was not good enough to do that in this game, and the fact they only had 1 receiving threat, that's a recipe for disaster. I'm not going to get on Mark Andrews because he is one of the best tight ends in the NFL currently. But this is a man that's coming off an injury. Isaiah Likely should have stepped up in this game. That's the same Isaiah Likely that has been crushing guys for the back half of the season. Was a no-show in today's game. Todd Monken, horrible offensive plays in today's game. I am not going to let people sit up here and act like the defense did not come in clutch late in the game because they did. Yes, they gave up a huge play early on to Travis Kelce that went for a touchdown. But besides that, the defense was very solid. They had some dumb penalties of their own. Yes, you had Kyle Van Noy that headbutted Travis Kelce. That was a penalty. You had the defensive lineman in Jones hitting Patrick Mahomes right in the head. That went for a penalty as well. But at the same time, the defense did go out there and they did the best they could. They held Patrick Mahomes and this crew to 17 points. Yes, the last play of the game was Marquez Valdes-Scantling, but the defense was on the field majority of the game because their quarterback can't go out there and score points. And when they do get into the red zone situation, Zay Flowers fumbles the football. Or when they do get a big play, it's another dumb penalty. The offensive line did not look particularly well in today's game, but Lamar Jackson's known to run around and continue the big play. He just was not able to in this game. I'm disappointed in Lamar Jackson because this is a guy that they just gave a lot of money to. They paid him like a top-end quarterback. And for the last 2 seasons prior to this one, he hasn't been able to stay healthy. So this was a great year for the Baltimore Ravens. Top-end defense, a brand new offensive coordinator. All of these things have set Lamar Jackson up, and he fails yet again. Greg Roman was a guy that was an offensive coordinator with this team, and all we heard, the pass concepts aren't that great. The pass concepts aren't that great. So they bring in Todd Monken. They say, hey, you know what? We're going to get this guy from Georgia. He's a new type of mind with the offensive system. Go out there and fix Lamar Jackson. And they did that. They had the first seed in the AFC. They had a top defense, a top running game, even with Keaton Mitchell out, even with J.K. Dobbins out. They found a way to go out there and still make big plays. Tyler Linderbaum, one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL, a very strong offensive line. The stage is set for Lamar Jackson. And what happened in this game? Dumb penalties, dumb coaching. But the biggest thing was Lamar Jackson not coming in clutch with this team. You cannot be 0-4 when teams have scored more than 13 points in the playoffs against you. That is ridiculous. You have to come out and you have to be a top quarterback for this team. And his lack of postseason success is showing right now. He was phenomenal in the regular season. He was phenomenal last week. But you're going to have to go out there and beat elite teams. The reason why I'm so upset, the Ravens may not get this chance ever again. You had this guy in your house. You had Patrick Mahomes, the top guy in the AFC, at your house. And instead, you couldn't make it out. You failed yet again. The last couple of years been dealing with injuries, but before that, the lack of playoff success was showing as well. It has always been excuses with Lamar Jackson. The wide receivers aren't great. The defense doesn't have the big time moments. They can't stay healthy. They had all of that in today's game, minus the fact with the offensive help. But you had Zay Flowers out there, and you did have guys getting open, like how it was when he threw that terrible interception. When he gets down more than 14 points in the game, that's when Lamar Jackson is prone to go out there and make some dumb decisions with this team. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about the Baltimore Ravens moving forward? And is Lamar Jackson overrated because of lack of postseason success? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.